Hi, I'm Jackie Rabbit. Some of you know me. Just get to know me if you don't. I'm here to support you. This is a big journey we're all on. Transition's tough, and I want you to know I'm here to share and support. So, give me a thumbs up and like the video. Click the bell so you know when I'm going to post a new one. Today I want to talk to one more thing about what hormones do to you. So, today it's about the physical stuff. We already talked about the mental stuff last time. And then we talked about things nobody ever tells you, or at least they didn't tell me, and I wanted to share it with you. So, let's talk about the more common physical stuff, and I'll share with you what's happened to me. Come on, let's go check it out. Some of the more common physical things that hormone replacement therapy does are talked about a lot, so I saved it for the last video. And we'll just go over the basics. Yeah, hormone replacement therapy is a long process. It doesn't happen overnight. You don't just take some pills and poof, instant girl. Gosh, I wish that was true, and I'm sure you do too, but that's not the way it works. So I'm here to give it to you straight. You might get some of the physical changes, and you might not. But I got some, and I want to share with you what I got and what I thought I would get and what reality is. So I started 3 years ago, and I don't know if it's just I was a little feminine to begin with or not, but I've had some pretty reasonable results for someone in their late 40s. So, or shall I say, early mid-late 40s. I'm going to be 50 in 6 months or so. It is what it is. You know, transitioning later, sometimes that's how it goes. I know you've probably read something out there online that said that after 40, nothing works, hormones are pointless. No. It's not true. It's not true. It's actually, I've seen girls that look fantastic. I have a friend who's got some curves, and other than breast augmentation and bottom surgery, that was it for her. She's got some nice curves, I'll tell you. And she hates them. So I'm jealous of them. Envious? I don't know. But when I started taking hormones 3 years ago, I didn't know what to expect. So I started, and there began the long wait. I started electrolysis, and that helps a lot. I'm getting closer all the time, and I think this is my last year of real hardcore electrolysis. And I started to notice some things changing. Of course, the first thing everyone talks about, or maybe obsesses about, are their breasts. Yeah, that's almost the first thing. I noticed there was a sensation with my skin going on. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't describe it as tingly, but I felt something different, kind of cooler sensation under the skin. Hard to describe, but I did feel something once I started, I don't know, the 3rd or 4th week. So about a month in. And then at some point, and I wish I could tell you when, I don't remember, I started getting some itchiness in the breast area, specifically the nipple area, and it didn't go away. So I got on the forum and I was talking about it, and people said, yes, that's to be expected, and welcome to what we call the ouchies. And I thought, what? And after a while I did understand what they meant. They start hurting, and it's because things are growing. You know, you've got the organs there, the mammary glands and everything are just, they've never been turned on and made to work, or, you know, prepped for any sort of work. So all of a sudden your body said, hey, we're working on this now. You've got to get to work. So there's growth, and it starts to be itchy, and it starts to hurt. It's not the worst thing in the world, but going up and down stairs with groceries sometimes becomes a challenge, and you have to take the step one, wait, another, wait, another, wait, you know, and you don't want to go jogging. I'll tell you that right now. So that does happen. I ended up, after a couple years, in an off-the-rack A cup, a 40A. And it was from leadinglady.com. And I don't know if their cup sizes are different than everyone else's, because all of my friends swore to me I was a B cup. Well, I had a B cup from Leading Lady, and it was just a little too much. There was a little bit of a pucker right at the top, and the A just fit better. Well, maybe it was more snug, but with molded cups, it did everything I wanted it to do, and I was happy with it. So maybe it was an A+. So it's not like I blossomed and grew something that my mom would have, but it did start. So there's one of the most obvious things that I know everyone wants to know about: breast growth. Eventually, the ouchies did kind of fade away, and it wasn't so bad. I don't have that at all anymore, so it's a faint memory at best. One of the things I noticed that was not so much physiological as it was psychological was I just calmed down in general. I just mellowed out. I really love that aspect of hormone replacement therapy. It was really nice. I like the more calm, quieter brain, I really enjoy it. Hard to describe, but when you get there, you'll know what I mean. Things are just a bit more quiet and nice. Definitely calms down. If you have a temper, it will subdue that over time. It doesn't happen right away. But with proper practice and a little bit of self-growth, you can really develop yourself into a much more positive person, a much more pleasant person if you wish to. My idea is, if you're going to transition, why drag any of the negative bits with you? Why not leave them at the doorstep, build this new person who's all the best parts of you, and then go from there? Which is why I went to a therapist, which is why I will be attending some CODA meetings eventually. You'll laugh, but the reason I haven't gone to a CODA meeting is because I can't find anyone to go with me, which is rather codependent in and of itself. So there's that. But overall, the obvious things are, first and foremost, the breast growth. Now, everyone else asks me a lot, what about the feminine shape? What about your waist and your hips and your booty? I got some. Something has changed. Now, it's taken 3 years for me to be able to even really recognize it, but my friends recognize it. So I had to really look and figure this out, and I determined, yeah, I got something. It's not a lot, but it is something. So when I started, I weighed 240 pounds. I got on an exercise bicycle, and I just pedaled my little heart out and ate a lot of salad. That's how I ended up with the name Rabbit, by the way. I ate a lot of salad, and my snacks were always the little baby carrots. And oh my gosh, I eat a lot of little baby carrots. So I definitely live the rabbit lifestyle. I will say, when I lost the weight, a lot came off right in the underside of the rib cage. I mean, a lot. And I had a belly. I was quite big in the belly. And I had to find out, I had to think about this. Did this just happen anyway? Well, I've lost weight before, and I still kind of was straight up and down, I didn't have any hips. I was straight in the midsection. I was just kind of straight, just like a column. When I got bigger, I was more like a potato. So I was potato shaped. Now I have a little bit of a curve to me. It's not a ton. So let me back up a couple steps. So as you can see, I do have they're not huge, but there is a bit of a shape in here. This is new. This is right here. It's softer, it's squishier. I can actually grip onto it. There's something there that I can actually hold. And it actually folds over right here behind me, which I'm not going to show you. But I can stick my finger in the fold. And I don't remember being able to do that, so there's a little bit of a pointy, peaky thing right here where it kind of folds behind me. So my friend was pointing this out to me the other day and grabbed a hold of me and was like, "Oh my gosh, you're growing hips." And I'm like, "No, I'm not." "Oh my gosh, maybe I am." So that does happen. So with all the material that just kind of disappeared, all the fat that just kind of disappeared out of the middle, and then actually getting something on the sides. Yeah, I took a benefit out of this. That's cold. It was raining. It was raining so hard yesterday and today, and it stopped, so I ran outside to shoot this. My gosh, that is cold. I took off my jacket so I could show you my waist and my hips. So I hope you like that I'm suffering for you. That's kind of the highlights here. That's the physical stuff. I noticed the breast growth. Then I had breast augmentation. And I'm pretty darn satisfied with that. I do have to do a revision at some point. It kind of snuck out under the muscle a little. My fault. I was lifting things when I shouldn't have and didn't listen to my doctor. Always listen to your doctor. That's always the best thing to do. And then we went with 450 cc implants under the muscle. Silicone gel, no profile, just a regular, the jelly donut kind. And that works really well for me. I just fit into a D. If I had a little more, I'd fit better in a D, but I can go with some brands a C, a little snugger, but it's good, and others a D. This is Victoria's Secret, kind of just a real basic utilitarian bra, which I prefer. I'm not a lacy girl. And it fits really well. And with the breast growth that I got, the shape is actually really nice. A lot of my female friends who are cisgender like them quite a bit and tell me I should be very, very thankful and happy that I kind of have the young breasts that they wish they had at my age. And I understand the concept of that. I can understand where they're coming from. But personally, I would just love to be as natural as humanly possible for my age. And I know maybe that sounds a little silly, but that's kind of where I'm at, I'm rocking the mom vibe, and I have my Volvo wagon, and, short of a mesh bag full of soccer balls in the back of my Volvo and 3 girls that were going to soccer practice, this is my life, It's always been me. I've always done that even before. Always took the girls to soccer. And the minivan, so always been this person. This isn't any different. So that's about it for the physical, obvious things. I just wanted to wrap those up because I know I left them out, and it just was what it was. I do have tomorrow an appointment with my vocal surgeon, and we're going to take another look down the throat and see if there's been any improvement. I do notice I'm swallowing a lot still. I still think there is a little granuloma over the stitch itself, but we'll see if the vocal cords have closed down any, and I do believe they're starting to, because I can get a little more pitch out of the top end. I know I'm lazy with my voice. This is what I got, and I just kind of go with it, and I know I could do better. If I tried, I could do a lot better, but I'm lazy. So I like being lazy, and it's just the way it goes. Anyway, I hope you're doing really well. And remember, if you want to talk more about these kind of topics, keep it PG, please, but go to transgenderpulse.com. At transgenderpulse.com, there's a lot of people there who have either transitioned, are in transition, or thinking about transition, lots of them, and plenty of people with plenty of advice. So go take a look and see what you think. Take care of yourself. Remember to give me a thumbs up and like the video. I care about what's going on with you, and I'll share with you more next time. See you later. Bye. The one thing you're going to notice after you have breasts is that when you put on your seatbelt, they divide you in half.